We'll see. We are in the macro right now, marking out this 950 to 1010 macro here. We've got equal highs here on the 1 hour chart. If you guys see this on NQ, we got the high of the week here from Monday. We got traded right into it with the news this morning. Ended up pushing news right to the exact tick of that high, and I would expect that to be taken out here in this macro, and then potentially look to reverse. Obviously, the go-to strategy is generally on these high-impact news days looking to target the opposite extreme that hasn't been traded into yet on these high-impact news days. So these would be the data lows from NFP right here at 8:30. So I'm going to just mark that out as sell side and data lows. Data lows right there. And that would be my bias, guys. I mean, really simple bias on days like today. Obviously, generally more volatile than other days. And I would want to see price take out the buy side like it's doing now and then set up for some form of bearish reversal, ideally. But we are at all-time highs, obviously, so this very easily could just keep pumping. One thing I'm a little disappointed in so far this week is, if you guys look here on the hourly chart here, top left, is look how close we came to this previous weekly low. Here's previous weekly low here, and we came down and put relative equal lows right there. I did look back, and I noticed that there was a little bit of SMT at the lows here with ES, which could be the reason why this never got taken out. I think right here yesterday, ES had taken out the previous daily low. It had taken out Wednesday's low. And then NQ did not. So that would be the only justification for why this didn't get taken out. I mean, it's still going to be a great liquidity pool here in the future at some point. But definitely a little bit of a tease there. We were expecting that on Wednesday in the afternoon session on that short we took to go and target that. You know, it's been a slow week. It's been a good week. Up about 1% on the week. So really haven't taken a whole lot of trades. Yesterday, the trade we took got stopped at break even. So that was really it, guys. Been a slow week. Everything with Powell speaking 2 days, monetary policy, obviously. Dollar did ultimately travel to all the levels we marked out on, I believe it was Monday we marked all these out. Never gave the pull up into there that we thought could happen, but it did come in and attack all the sell side. You know, if they were to offer any sort of rebound correction back up into the range, that would obviously justify some shorts on NQ as well. What I would look for would be like structure to form here on a 1 minute. Like for example, if you can visually imagine with me, visually imagine like right here, price just kept selling off. And just like, let's just pretend that it was like all just black candles. Like you didn't, maybe little wicks, but like all black candles all the way down. I'll be honest, I'm not taking a trade in that. There's nowhere for me to take a trade that I feel super confident in, because it's just a straight move, and at that point, once we trade below here, then that could be a conversation. We could look for something, but either way, there's got to be structure that forms. So like ideally when I say I'm waiting for a bearish PD array to set up, and it all depends like what's to the left and like what we have all right here, like who's like, it's a lot easier if there's a little bit of a short-term low in here that we can play off of, use that as like the lower time frame market structure shifts. And then, find your displacements, your fair value gaps inside of there. Otherwise, like what I'm looking for would be like price to come in, right? Put in a low, come back up, maybe sweep the high again, who knows? And then boom, like create that structure, market structure shift, and then usually the order block entry, breaker, fair value gap, whatever forms, that's what we're looking to grab. Our entries stop, above the high that rated previous buy side and then take it down. Other things that you can look for market structure shifts. It doesn't always have to be just structure with swing points. Fair value gaps obviously can dictate that as well with inverses and things like that. But yeah, that's really it. I mean, this structure right now, obviously on the 1 minute, there's nothing, right? It's just a slow grind up. It's bullish. It's not by any stretch of the imagination ready to go short yet. So, but even more so, the reason I showed you guys this trade is like, because what happens a lot of times, a lot of people whether it's comments that I get, questions that people ask, it's like, well, if we were going to come take out this buy side, like this is what we were waiting for, right? To get taken out. And then look for a short afterward. People will say, well, why not long into that? Why not look for a long into that? And it's like, one, I think that question is just rooted in FOMO and greed. Like, people just can't fathom not catching a move. Like, every single move that happens, what the heck, man? I wanted to be a part of that move. Like, it's like, I'm going to put it this way. There's a reason you're watching trading YouTubers. There's a reason you're paying for trading Discords, and it's because of questions like that. And I'm not trying to be mean. That's just the fucking reality. Like, you don't need to catch every move. You got to stop trying to catch every move, because that's the reason why you're not that's the reason that you're just not where you want to be yet. I don't know how else to put that. And, this move to me was not super clean or clear. The target was clear, but nothing else was. And the risk reward to the clear and obvious target that you want to see taken out, yes, I said you could scalp into that. I just don't like trading that way. I don't like going for little one-to-one risk reward scalps. 20 points, it's not really my jam. It's not what I do. So the reason I say that is because, like, if this just keeps working higher, that's the question I know I'm going to get. I know I'm going to get that question. I know people are going to ask it. People will message me privately in the Discord. People will comment on YouTube, on TikTok, and they'll just say, well, why didn't you long? Like, bro, especially right here. They'll be like, why didn't you long this fair value gap, bro? We run up another 200 points, bro. And it's just like, we had a 25-point move to the buy side liquidity, bro. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not sitting here trying to, predict. I'm not trying to predict that we're just going to go where I can't see we're going to go. You know what I mean? And it's the hindsight questions like that. Like, it's hard for me to say this because obviously hindsight is beneficial to look at sometimes because you can learn from it, maybe see what you did wrong, whatever. But a lot of times people don't really understand that, just because you missed a move where there wasn't an opportunity for you to cleanly enter with confidence and good risk reward that made sense to you, because you missed that move, it's not a bad thing. You got, trading is nothing but having a clear defined edge. And the more time you spend looking for that edge, you just know when you got a good setup and when you don't. And yeah, sometimes moves happen that don't allow your edge to be a participant in the market. And it's just guess what, guys? The market's going to open same time next week. But then those same exact people will be, had a short opportunity happened here and sold off to the data lows. They'd be, in that event, let's say we were long, right? Let's just say we were offside and we're trying to long. They'd be the exact people well, what do you mean? We saw buy side. Why would you have even taken a long there? It was bad risk reward. You see how people, they just flip-flop. It's just people look at the charts in hindsight and they think back testing means there's always going to be a way for you to never be wrong. And that is a lie. There's never going to be a way for you to never be wrong. So now what I'm looking for, remember I was giving you guys that little spiel about new structure, et cetera, et cetera. This is what I'd be looking for now. I'm still keeping the same bias for now. I'm not changing anything. Keeping the same bias. But this is new structure. So this would be something where I would justify a short. We displaced through this low right here. Close below it. Look for something, right? Find an entry, pull back to the order block, inverse fair value gap here now, right? New fair value gaps form on this leg, et cetera, et cetera. And we're off to the races. And that'd be the attempt I would take. And you know what? The reason that it could maybe fail would be why? Because it's the first market structure shift in the lower time frames, trading into obviously slightly higher time frame. What could end up being bullish fair value gaps, right? We've got a bullish fair value gap here on the 15 now. But that would just be where I'd become defensive. I would mark out the low of that, or where that fair value gap forms. And, for example, if this were to just trade directly without giving us an opportunity to get in directly into the gap and then starts pulling back, I'm probably just going to sit on my hands again. Why? Because now we're inside of two different PD arrays. I don't know if we're just going to respect and go lower or just blow right through it. And at that point, my bias would officially flip, and I would look at that as internal AMD. accumulation, manipulation, distribution, back higher. But like if this pulls down to like here, puts some equal lows in, and then pulls back to here, hell yeah, let's go. And then I'm removing risk here, because this is the PD array that opposes my trade. Because I will say this as well, you know, a sell-off to the data lows is obviously what I'm looking for, but a sell-off to the data lows I don't think is the end of the road, most likely, for any sort of sell move. If there's a sell move to be had, I just don't think it's stopping for that. I think it's coming for I think it'll start drawing towards there. That's where I think it'll end up going long term, but data lows is on the way. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to short. Probably just going to market execute a short. But this is the idea. I'm just going to do one con. All right, guys. I'm going to look for a short here. I'd like to get a little pullback, to be honest. But if it's close, I might just fire away. All right, guys. I just market executed a short. You can wait for a pullback into there if you want. Yeah, I'm probably just going to keep my stop here for now. Yeah, I'm gonna put it like right up here above like 50% of this wick that took liquidity. Good enough, 28 points. Fill for me was officially 661.50. Risk is what, 560, so less than 0.5%. But officially inverse this. That's really what I'm looking for. Generated sell side here, LR. Short term as well. 3 IFVG entry. Pulling into this little bearish fair value gap. And yeah, truthfully, I'm just going to target the short-term low because this is 116 points, so that's plenty. I'm debating if I don't want to remove risk fully and maybe just like put it above this order block. It'd make risk obviously extremely low. Wouldn't be risk-free technically. But like obviously wouldn't want to see this order block get violated. But all right, guys. Yeah, I think I talked myself into it, just leaving a little risk on. But we hit the 15-minute fair value gap here. Just going to leave a little risk on, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. If we end red, we end red. I mean, fuck it. 255. I'm okay with that. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. But hey, if I take a little L now, I'll know why. 5-minute uni the upside? Oh no. What? Why is this a uni? This is not a breaker. This is just an order block. Not a breaker. A breaker would have required a new low. Where I'll officially remove risk is once we get like halfway to target. Where's that high? So I guess halfway to target's there. But yeah, no, Gustav, that's not a unicorn in my opinion. But yes, it is a 15-minute bullish gap. Yeah, guys, removing risk officially here at equilibrium of this range. Obviously, parceling is totally up to you. If you did more than one contract, I'm only on one contract, so. Okay. Risk-free officially, guys. No loss today. Put it a couple ticks in profit to cover costs. I'm gonna trail my stop above this candle that just formed. I know, call me crazy. But lock it in some PROFIT. Come on, macro. Come on, macro. You ready? You ready? I don't want to trail yet. Well, obviously, 1 minute gap here. Breaker here on the 1 minute now. Give it some room to breathe. Locked in a little bit. What are the odds this thing just absolutely dies to data lows, though? I don't care, because guess what, boys? Okay. What the fuck happened? Closed. Which means it'll probably die now, but all good. Secured 96, maybe just a smidge less, 95-ish points. All right, guys. Well, good trade. Great week, honestly. We only took a few trades, and one got stopped at break even yesterday. Wednesday, smashed take profit. Good trade today for NFP. If you guys are still holding, there could definitely be more downside delivery for sure. But yeah, that's it. Enjoy your weekend. If you guys need anything, obviously feel free to reach out as always. And I will see you guys in the Discord, and I'll see you guys on the sessions next week. Peace out, everybody.